I have a Gravely 260Z with a Kawasaki 26 horsepower liquid-cooled FD731 VBS03 engine. We are having ignition issues. The motor runs on one cylinder when starting, and if you speed it up, sometimes but not all, it will start hitting on both cylinders. After running a couple of hours and it gets warm, it will start running only on one cylinder again. We have replaced the right side ignition coil and both spark plugs with no change in the problem. There is good spark on the left side as evidenced by pulling off the plug wire while running, and not only does it die immediately, but it shocks the devil out of you as you do. Any suggestions?
Welcome to Just Answer Small Engines. Let me try to help you. Check the valve adjustment on missing cylinder. Clearance should be 0.006 inch. If not a valve problem, Kawasaki uses diode in the coil harness to keep one coil from backfeeding into the other. You would want to replace the diode harness between the coils.
Are you still here? Can you give me a little more information about the diode harness between the coils?
The diodes are electrical check valves, used to keep one coil from backfeeding into the other, causing coil to not fire. The diodes are on each negative wire, usually made into the main connector. With ohm meter you test continuity, one way open, one way closed.
Do the coils have an order of flow? As to how the current travels between them. For example, does it flow through the right side coil before traveling to the left side?
Full-size image. Coil fires each time it passes the magnet on the flywheel. You have separate coils, only common is the kill harness, the negative, that connects them.
And would that diode keep that right side coil from firing except when it is running at full throttle?
It might, or it could be because the valves need adjusting.
I have never checked the valves before. How difficult is that? I actually have one of my employees that is doing the work on this, and although he is not experienced, he is much more mechanically inclined than I. Can you give me a quick rundown on adjusting the valves to pass on to him? We are a lawn care company, and I have a couple of dozen of these units of varying HP. This would be helpful in the future as well as now.
Let me find manual page.
Also, is there any possibility this could be a carb problem?
Full-size image.
Very good, perhaps this will help. Do you have any other suggestions of things to look at if all this fails?
Just remove the valve cover and adjust the clearance on one while the other is all the way down, then turn till the one you just adjusted is down and set the opposite. I believe one of these will get it going.
Okay, sounds good. Is there a way to copy this conversation so that I can show him all of it? If we do all of this and still have issues, is there a way to get back to you for more help?
I am not a good computer operator, but if you left-click on the conversation, it should give you a print option. I can leave a link in your email to link back to here. Thank you.
Okay, please do that. And perhaps we will have luck with this. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Our chat has ended, but you can still continue to ask me questions here until you are satisfied with your answer. Come back to this page to view our conversation and any other new information. What happens now? Or, you can reply to me using the box below. Scroll up to view earlier response. Thank you. Thank you.
Curtis, are you here to answer another question about this? Doing some studying and I am just wanting to verify something. There is no spark to the plug on the right side. Does that eliminate it being a valve problem? We are getting ready to try and adjust the valves, but I was wondering if, since there is no spark, would the out-of-adjustment valves keep it from sending spark down to the plug? You can grab a hold of it and not shock you at all. Also, the left side ignition coil has not been replaced as I thought. Can it affect the spark on the right side? Kawasaki told a technician that you should replace both coils at the same time because even though it is on the opposite side, it can cancel spark by backfeeding or something to the right side plug. Does that make any sense to you? And one final question. Could there be an issue with the right side pulse coil shown in the drawing you sent to me? The one that comes off the flywheel before heading to the diode. We did take the diode igniter off of another unit that was working fine and tried it to see if there was an issue there. It made no difference. If you can answer these thoughts we are having fairly soon, it would be appreciated. It is raining today in Missouri and we are working on these issues while we can. Thanks XXXXX KMT Services 3034X.
If there is no spark, valves are not an issue. It would have to be the coils or diodes. The harness that connects the two coils is where the diodes are. On the negative or kill side. Coil can be bad, but if you unplug one and it runs, and then unplug the other and it runs, the coils are good. That makes it a diode problem.
When we started, we unplugged the left side plug and it died. We unplugged the right side plug and it still ran on the one cylinder. So we replaced plugs. No change. So we replaced right side coil with a new one, and no change, still no spark on right side. So we changed out diode with one off of a similar machine that was working perfectly. No change after doing that, still missing with no spark on right side. Put original diode back on and that is where we are today. That is why I asked if the pulsar coil on the right side next to the flywheel could be an issue. It is on that diagram you gave me the other day. And seems to be the only other source that we have not done anything with. Could there be an issue with the wire that runs between the two coils off of the positive side of both coils?
It can be the pulsar coil for that side. I thought it had worked with diode, but I see I was mistaken.
Are we able to get a pulsar coil from the parts store? Is that an unusual problem? Or common? One thing I failed to mention also is that at idle there is no spark and misses. When you run it up over half throttle to full throttle it smooths out and runs okay. Without a load. But if you try to engage the clutch and run the mower deck it immediately starts missing again. Under load.
Valve adjustment won't help spark, but it might help the way engine runs.
We had already established that valve adjustment wouldn't make a difference when no spark. The diagram you sent me the other day. Was it for a Kawasaki FD731 VBS03? I just found a diagram that looks quite different. And I have come to realize that I have been chasing my tail with a Kawasaki diagram that is not the motor I have. Nor does it have the pulsar coil. I'm thinking I'm just going to have to figure it out myself. We seem to be going around in circles.
What engine do you have? Model numbers? Make? Kohler, Briggs? Etc. http://www.partstree.com/parts/question-lc equals Kawasaki_engines and mn equals f.d. 731 VBS 03 plus 4 plus stroke plus engine plus f.d. 731 V and DN equals 99907 to 26,130,081.
Seriously? You are going to ask me what make, model, and kind I have after all the conversations? From the get-go, I told you in detail what I had, twice I told you the steps I had taken. I'm sorry. I just don't know what else to do. Great detail in the explanations of what I have done in order so that you could help diagnose. Thanks, Curtis. I'll take it from here. No offense, but this was a waste of money. I have not learned anything I needed to help me resolve my problem.
I beg your pardon. I had a senior moment. After I typed that and entered it, I looked at your engine and linked at you. That was my last link. I was working from the assumption the FD731 VBS03 was the same as the Kawasaki diagram I sent. It is completely different. It has no pulsar coils, just the coil/magneto. From all I see, you have a bad coil or diode. Curtis B 41424.90046143552.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit JustAnswer.com/YTHI.